What misconceptions, misleading the 100% guidelines to today's media. Listen, Jay-Z's a good guy, all right? He's from New York. He's a successful guy. Not going to take that away from him. But when you say certain things and it breeds out into the media or breeds out into the general public, they take a grasp to that, right? So when he said during the All-Star weekend that LeBron James was the best player for three generations, you are 100% factually wrong, okay? Based off criteria, based off just in general dominating the game and winning, all right? It's one thing to put up good numbers, but domination and being called the number one player is two complete different things. Three generations. LeBron James was drafted 2003. So from the 2000 to 2009, that's one era. Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Shaq was the best players of that generation. Period. Hands down. They were the number one numero uno players. You can actually put it in that order, you know? So if I had to just narrow it down to one, I would say Kobe Bryant because I think he had the biggest impact on the court and off the court for the majority of the generalization of the people. Okay, so definitely Kobe. LeBron James, nowhere near close to being the best player of that generation. Then we move to the 2010s, 2010 to 2019. That is LeBron's main beneficial era. But let's break that era down a little bit. First of all, 2010, you could make a case Kobe was the best player of that year. All right. 2011 is undoubtedly LeBron James is the best player in the world. 2011. All right. 2012, 2013, straight up LeBron James for those 3 years. But then after 2013, it starts to get shaky a little bit. You start to sit there and say, hold up, if this is the best player of this generation, um, why do I feel Kevin Durant is a better basketball player in 2014? Then 2015, you got the Steph Currys. You know, I will still give 2015 to LeBron, but there's some people that don't. You know, he didn't rule hand over fist, is what I'm trying to say. And if you don't do that and you leave room for other players to be called better than you, then that's a problem. There's no pure 100% domination. 2016, Steph Curry was the best player in the world. All right? Not LeBron James. Even though they choked in the finals, LeBron choked in the finals in 2011. So, by those standards, that still doesn't change the fact that LeBron was considered the best basketball player all year long. That's because he choked in the finals. That doesn't erase what he did all year long, right? It's the same thing with Steph Curry. Steph Curry was the best player in 2016. 2017, Kevin Durant. 2018, Kevin Durant. 2019, Kawhi Leonard. That's the whole decade right there. So LeBron James really only been the best player in basketball, respectively, 4 years of his own generation. All right. Now you've been able to play multiple generations, but that doesn't mean you're the best. Okay. You have longevity. You've been able to play at a high level for more than one generation, but you have not been the best basketball player in the world for three generations. Now we move on to the 2020s, 2020 to 2020 to 2029. Okay. Pause. All right. That's a whole decade. That's the Giannis Antetokounmpo era, about to be mixed with Luca or mixed with a little Zion. I mean, all those guys are going to be the next generation of this NBA. They're going to be the faces of the league. And right now, Giannis is leading by a landslide. He's been the best player for the last 3 years, so to speak. All right. And even though LeBron won a championship at the beginning of this era, which was 2020, um, he really wasn't even predominantly considered the best player in basketball that year either. I mean, he wasn't even predominantly really the best basketball player on his own team. A lot of people thought Anthony Davis was the best basketball player on the Lakers. All right, top five player in the league. You know, and he proved that hands down because Without his dominance, they probably don't even get to the finals because he had to come up clutch. He had to come up big. And LeBron led the league in passing, but he was not the best individual dominant player in basketball that year either. So why do we say he's the best player of his generation? Why? A lot of it has to do with height. Because if you just really break it down, he has not ruled the NBA for over a decade. All right. The only thing he has is the fact that he's been going to the finals a lot. Now, if you think going to the finals means you're the best player in the world consistently because you go there every year, team accomplishments and individual dominance are two complete different things. Now, they do have to go together hand to hand, like I always say, but if it don't lead to winning, it doesn't matter how many times you go to the finals, you're still losing. And that's what he did, a majority of losing most of the time. So, of course, you're going to go to the finals if you have two other all-stars paired with you and you're still playing at a high level. You should be a number one lock to go to the NBA finals every year and playing against a lack of competition. So that's not that impressive, you know. But why did we ever say LeBron was the best player of his generation? We all was guilty of it. I even said it sometimes that he was the best player of his generation. Then when I start to think about it, I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? Because if I look at it and I break it down, we all got bamboozled by the media, right? The media is very slick and they could brainwash you a lot. But it's up to you to sit back, think about it, and say, hold up, that's cap. That's a little overhyped. Prince Sports out. Peace.